Good afternoon, Brown with Grand Roofing. We're doing a quick roof repair, and I feel the need to point out something with flashing, all right? So I got a call last week at a different, unrelated job to this, and the guy wanted me to do a roof over and not replace his flashing or not add flashing, and I tried to explain to him some things you gotta be careful with. So, if you're working with a roof that already has flashing in here, specifically the old mill finish, I wanna point out some important things so you can redo your roof. Let's just turn around and learn some basics about flashing, all right? So what I've got is a piece of aluminum flashing here, and it measures 8 inches, and it's 4 inches to the bend and 4 inches up. So you have 4 inches on your roof deck, and you have 4 inches going up between the siding. This is the newer size metal for the newer metric shingle. So we're gonna point out some facts here. Back in the day, when you had a 3-tab roof, they were 5-inch exposures, okay? So 12-inch tab from slit to slit. In between there's 12, and then from here to there, the reveal was 5 inches. And why that's important, when you're doing a re-roof or you're working on a roof and you get this old mill finish, it is not that big. It was made for those 5-inch exposures. These are about 5 5/8 to 6 inches now is most common. Well, if you don't replace those, they're usually pinned behind the siding of whatever siding you've got or behind the J. You cannot adjust them. And all too often in my time of doing roofing, I find re-roofs where somebody had already done this or worked on crews where people don't pay attention to this. And yes, it is lapped from piece to piece, but the problem arises when the water runs down off of this piece, catches the next piece of flashing in there, but guess what? When they replace this roof from a standard 5-inch exposure to this, which is like 5 7/8, the problem you get now, if you can't adjust these or you don't at least add flashing where needed, or flash the whole thing, the problem when water comes off here, it hits the next piece of flashing, and from that flashing corner to the side of the flashing, you're talking to not even 2 inches right here, out off the wall, right? This shingle below, the top of that is about right here, 1.5 inches or so up from the reveal. So from my finger up, you're relying on water coming down on that piece of flashing you can't see to not jump off. If it works its way off of there, it is now on your roof deck and under your row of shingles. So it's important. I cannot stress the fact enough. If you're gonna re-roof, you really need to add flashing, replace the flashing, or at least add pieces where necessary. So when you start coming up this, under here, before you put that nail in, lift it up, tuck a piece of flashing under this and behind the back, so it goes under, put it down your build-up, and then you can run another. And then if it's high on this one, which I imagine it is, it's way up there, you just add another piece. If you don't want to do it the full legit way of removing the siding and all that, if you need to, yes, I know there's going to be haters out there that claim they know best, and it's not the code. You got to have 4 inches, you got to remove all this. If you want to pay a lot of extra money, yeah, you'll do that, but it doesn't usually happen. This is what happens. You can trim a piece down and usually tuck it up under behind there. These probably don't go up that high either, but the problem is the leak coming in right here in this spot. So let me show you on here. You're roofing up, you got the shingle down. You'll put your next piece of flashing in your wall, right down to the area, it's catching the shingle above, into the area of your common bond. So in that general area there. Then your next shingle comes in and lays on. Then your next piece of flashing goes up there. So any water coming off of this is on this shingle, and if not, it's on that piece of flashing, which will run out onto here. And even if it comes off right from this piece to that piece and then literally shoots straight left all the way off there, it's still on the headlap of this shingle and will still work its way out. When those are expanded like that, I'm going to exaggerate because these are much bigger pieces. Imagine that about that high, and it ends in this area. Try to do this one-handed here. It's going to slide down off the roof. And then your next piece is up high, okay? This is exaggerated. But imagine water coming off of here now. Do you see where that headlap is? It's lower than the piece of flashing. That's the scenario you get into when you don't add pieces of flashing or you don't take time to reflash it. Again, I'm not saying you have to reflash the whole damn thing. Can you do it without leaking? Yes, absolutely. But this is where you have trouble, where it's too short because they went from a standard mill finish that was for a standard 5-inch exposure roof, which is pretty much non-existent anymore. At least add the flashing every other piece where it's needed, and you won't have an issue like this. Now, as far as for the repair I'm getting into, this right here is like a front porch glass window, and there's a bump here. Not really ideal. If I were doing this roof, whoever did this 10, 15 years ago, should have either added a larger piece of metal up where it's important. If you look at this, they bent a little Z-bend, but they put way more coming down on the glass panel than where it's important when it hits a block wall and runs back up under. Wasn't enough. On top of that, you're relying on caulking or something to seal that side from not running off laterally, and it needs to flow this direction and pour out. They never extended it. That's why all this failed and rotted. It's going into inside damage in here, inside their house. This is a soffit overhang. Not good. So what we're gonna do, remedy this, we're actually gonna fix the bad decking, ice and water what we need, and then there's gonna be a piece of lumber coming in to divert this water up just as high as this here. Or to put a piece of metal and ice and water down further on top of this and go up the roof deck like it needs. And that's going to continue all the way into the siding. So I'm going to have to modify that siding just a little bit. Take that J and that piece of siding loose right there, raise it up so the water comes out. We're going to put a piece of flashing for all the water coming down this wall to get out on top of the porch roof over here. I'm just blown away at the stuff I see, and this is just common sense. The big one, this doesn't hang over, and two, I'm just blown away. Why did they bend such a small piece under here and have a lot of wastedness up here? Because you could honestly have an inch or two here, water's going to flow off and go down. You'll have some wicking up under, but not 15 inches of wicking and 6 inches of crucial area. This is just backwards. Or whoever built this originally probably should have put it lower so the roof could have flown on. That's another remedy. But if somebody came in and did this, I believe this to be older than the roof itself. This could have been done different in so many ways. So many different ways. You could have just simply put a piece of laminate over there, ice and watered what you need. You could have put a shim in here, a little 1x, and put new decking over it, and had a very slight little transition coming in. Just a lot of things that could have been done and not had this mess of stuff. All right, I'm gonna lose daylight, so I get back at it. Just wanted to show you pointers out with that. Again, the reason I had is the guy told me about that last week. He clearly indicated to me that he did not want it redone because it goes behind the siding, because all this and the foam board, black board, whatever it was, insulation, subsiding he's got. He was worried about that. I would be more worried about a leak. On top of the fact you're wanting a roof over, which we don't do. So if you are gonna do things, if you're gonna save the metal, just pay attention, use a little common sense. That's all it takes. Just a skosh of common sense of thinking, where's the water gonna flow? What's it gonna do? What shall I do so that thing doesn't happen? It's that simple. All right, I gotta get, guys. Until next time, be safe, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it.